Guys, remember when people talk about the Nissan VK45DE engine being an oil burner, taking oil into the intake? So here you go. I removed the throttle body from here, right? There's go. That's the throttle body. Remove that from here. And now I'm ready to lift this thing up. Remove the upper intake collector. So there you go. Look at the inside of that. Let me put this down so I can move this collector off. And off we go. This is what I see on the inside of the intake manifold. Oh my goodness, it looks filthy. I guess it's not all that bad. Looking at it, I really don't want to. Is that all oil or is that coolant there? All mixed with water. I wanted to say that my first guess was that this engine was turned upside down and then oil went into the wrong places, but the part that goes into the engine, this one right here, looks pretty clean. Doesn't look like any oil made it. It looks, you know, pretty dry. So this stuff kind of worries me. I mean, it's just oil. Yeah, no coolant really. But yeah, I'm hoping for the best of this engine. The other one wasn't this bad, honestly. But again, really, why does it look like that? Yeah, it is pretty dry down there. Can't really catch the angle correctly, but way down there. See where the valves are? Pretty clean. So what I'm going to do is turn this over. Maybe that's going to tell me what I'm looking for. Yeah, well, see, the whole thing's wet. Which, again, makes me wonder, what are we looking at here? Is it a problem with the... Wow. Is this just oil being swirled around, or... Because for the quantity of oil I see in there, if it really did come from the engines, all these passages would be kind of soaked, you know, in a way. But they look pretty okay, pretty dry. So I'm guessing it's just air that got deposited in the center, in the lower collector, and that ended up pulling that much oil. That's crazy. I don't know what the mileage in this engine, you know, the exact mileage, but that's a lot of oil. So when people talk about, do you want an oil catch can? Yeah, maybe you do. Either way, what I'm thinking here is that the PCV system for this engine is shot, so I need to do something about it. Anyway, that's the video for today. Yo, so this is my JDM engine, and this is some of the blackest oil I've ever seen. Again, this is after talking about the top, whereby the top had, you know, that oil in the lower intake manifold. Look at that gunk. Well, that's an RTV thing. I mean, is that... That's what it looks like. Straight black. This engine was so neglected, man. It's not even funny. Anyway, I'm about to crack the oil pan and we'll see what the hell we have underneath there. Okay? Alright, we'll keep dripping for now. Alright, so I popped the oil pan. This is it. And the more I look at it, the more unhappy I become. So here you go. This is these two passages here. I'm trying to remember. So this one right here is the one that goes to the oil filter. I actually recorded this some time back. I'm trying to remember which one's the inlet and which one's the outlet. Man, this oil is nasty. Check this out. Looks like crude. Look at the inside here. Look at all that gunk. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this oil pan, the engine upside down, so I can take a look at it. Of course, I'll put paper towels inside the intake holes so that they don't leak, and maybe I'll even crack the. Actually, I should, but I'm gonna check the bottom first. Go ahead and crack the valve covers open so I can see what's there. But again, as I said, this is pitch black compared to the black cap. Like it's black, real black. And actually I need to pour this oil into a clear container from that, collector right there, that pan, so we can actually compare it. But the more I look at it, the more unhappy I become. And I'm feeling like, knowing what I know about the Infiniti, or rather the Nissan VK45DE engines, I'm not happy. I'm not in the least confident of using this engine. I don't see any shavings yet, any metal shavings yet. I mean, I see a little bit of glistering and shining over there, but yeah. My goodness. What in the world? Okay, the RTV, that's that stick right there. I dropped it back in the pan, but the rest of it does not look good at all. And I mean, I've seen pans that have run on burnt oil, so I really have no idea what's going on here. I decided to pop the valve covers, and all I can say is, yikes. Doesn't look very good over here. Lots of varnish. Lots and lots of varnish. Look at that. That's that super burnt stuff. This is the left. Yeah, this is the left left bank. Bank 1. The driver's side in the US. Nah, not really looking good. What I'm gonna do is pop one of these caps, check it out, see exactly how that looks like. But hey, so that's the, as I said, that's the left side. Check out the right side. The light makes it look a lot better, but there's some serious bad stuff going on over here. So nah, it's not. I was gonna say, is it possible that it's just because oil was just sitting there? No, but this is on a different level. Yeah. Again, we haven't gotten to the bottom of the engine yet, but we're gonna get there. So for now, I'm gonna put this back together and we'll look at the bottom end. And that's kind of what seals the fate. If the bottom end is crap, game over. No point in doing this. So I've been popping caps over here. So it's really bright. How do I get it not to be that bright? Well, you can see lines in there. I can feel them with my nail. The camshaft, as expected, isn't too bad. It's hard as steel. Let me try this without the flash. Okay, so the camshaft isn't too badly eaten, but man, it just keeps shining and shining. But I'll tell you, I can kind of see some scratches in there. The camshaft bracket, however, this one, as I said, I can feel them with my nail, which is usually bad, right? Bad enough in my experience, which, I'm not building race engines for nobody, but I know that if you can feel scratches with your nail, that's usually bad news. So Still at the top, but it's looking like this motor is going to get to be either returned or junked. So right now I'm collecting the coolant, and it just kind of changed a little bit, but yeah, stuff's brown. At first I didn't know what was leaking, so I tried to collect it in this pan. As I said, it was coming out brown, and I'll collect it at the end of the whole fiasco, and we'll be able to see. That is because I turned this thing upside down. Wow. I don't know, man. Not liking this engine at all. So, yeah, look at all that stuff. So, over time, this spill kind of worked its way out. This is what came out of the coolant. Of course, it spilled before I managed to catch it there, but this is it. There you go. You can see a little bit of green over there, but generally this thing is brown. So I'm going to soak it up, but again, this is just me documenting the process and saying that this engine might not be the best engine for this application. Okay. I don't know what the hell that was. But yeah, we'll keep going. We'll keep going. Can't give up yet, right? Yeah, I guess it's pretty cool that I've been trying to document the whole process of me taking this thing apart because, well, yeah, it's not looking very pretty. Now for our other test. So far, so good. No rattling, no tapping yet. Solid. Oh, we got a shaker here. There you go. No, that's sideways. Sideways is kind of normal. It's an up, down, or side to side that you were afraid of. So, yeah, well, I'd hate to go through with this, but I know the sellers have what they call this. Wow, look at the bottom of that piston, man. Oh, my goodness, that's nasty. The sellers have what they call this 90-day run guarantee or run warranty, but it just seems pointless to me to install this engine, go through all the trouble of putting like $500 in gaskets and accessories to put it in an engine and to put it in the car and then realize, oh man, we got a burner here, you know, or we got something who's who probably has oil problems. So what I'm going to do, and this should be a pretty clean determining test, pop these guys, right? Pop one of these caps. I don't think it really matters which one, because once you have issues, the issues go everywhere. Again, I'm worried because when we've been pumping what looks like sand through this engine, right? Again, the engine has not been installed at all, right? As you can see, it's got everything that it came with. I just wanted to verify that. You know, that's the other engine. Took it apart. So I'm going to crack this one open, check the bearings, and if there's any scoring, out it goes. Okay, so this is it. I've popped the number 3 and 4 connecting rod caps, and this is what I see. You can see evidence of pitting on the bearings. The back sides are not too bad, but there's obviously sign of burning. Well, man, why does this camera not show what I see with my eyes? Okay, just looking through the screen, it looks different, looks a lot nicer. So that's number 3. This is number 4. Again, this is what I can see. And again, I'm going to say this. I'm not a professional engine builder, but this gives me cause for alarm. So if somebody knows something for sure about these, let me know. Maybe it's as easy as putting those bearings back on, But I'd say with the information that I have right now, well, first, I'm not interested in going that deep into it. But two, seeing as how much bad oil there was all over, seeing what I saw at the top, I think I'm inclined to say this motor is junk. Maybe I should go ahead and cut the oil filter to verify. And another thing I really haven't talked about yet, this is the oil that came from in there. This is how much I got from in there. It's got the consistency of honey. Well, I exaggerated a little bit, but this stuff is thick. And this is all I got. So I'm gonna close it out for now and contact the company tomorrow. Well, I'll do a little bit of research, take pictures of the bearings that I have, and then tomorrow, reach out to the company, try to make amends, try to get a different intake, different engine over here. This one's not giving me the warm fuzzies at all. So I've been trying to find a way to show the condition of this oil. Oh, great. So let's do this. I know you can hear the crickets, but try to listen over them. I've got a setup going on here. That's where the oil was. You can see the whole bottle or jug is all black now. That's what it is. And then what I'm doing is filtering it through this white piece of cloth into this jug. And at the end of the day, I'm just gonna, hang out this whatever cloth and just check out what's left behind. All right. Yeah, just wanted to give it a little update. We'll get back to all that and, update it at the end.